Hello and welcome back to TEC Bike Parts. Today we're going to be showing you some parts for the Super Meteor, the new brake and gear lever pedals that we've made for it. These are among some of the parts we're developing for the bike at the moment. The brake lever in particular was one thing I identified that I didn't particularly like when the bike first came out. I thought it looked more a place on a car. So we've come up with a CNC machined solid billet aluminium pedal, which is we make these in black and silver. Black for people who want to keep the black look down here, and silver to match in with the silver parts that are already on the bike. So we've done a clear media blasted finish that matches in with all these parts here. So I'm going to show you how to fit those now. We also do a matching gear lever in either black or silver as well for the other side, and that has got an adjustable length toe piece. Just some people find the original one a little bit far away, so we've made so you can have it slightly closer to your foot for people with smaller feet. Very easy to do. All you need is an Allen key and a couple of spanners, and it's quite simple. Both of them are adjustable as the originals are, using the original adjustment feature for position where you want them. The eagle eye amongst you will notice this is a different exhaust system. This is a final prototype that we're doing. We've been running several different ones over the summer, and this one's going to go to production. It's a full system, or you can use it with our Canon silencers, and that'll be ready late autumn, among with a few other bikes for the Super Meteor. So to remove the brake pedal, you simply pull this little clip. You don't actually need any tools to do it. You pull the clip back and slide the pin out, and that disconnects the lever from the rear brake master cylinder. Next you're going to need a 6mm Allen key to take the bolt out of the back. I'll put the camera in the back now and let you see what I'm doing. So using a 6mm Allen key, you unscrew the pivot bolt. So with the pivot bolt removed, you simply pull the brake lever fully back to clear it from the clevis, and then push it off. Now notice you've got a spring on here. Now on the new brake lever, we've actually put 2 spring pivot holes in, because on some springs we found that they didn't have a very good tension on them, so we added one a little bit further around just to give you a bit more tension on the brake. So before you fit it, just try it on the spindle first to make sure it's a good free fit. If it's not, just make sure you haven't got any nicks or burrs either on the bush or the shaft. But it's important that is free to move. If it's tight, it could cause the brake to stick on. So next you just put a bit of universal grease on the pivot. And put the spring in place. And slide it on. Should put the spring upside down. And just make sure you push it fully on and put the clevis back into place. Again, pop a drop of grease on the clevis. So put a drop of universal grease on the pin and make sure the clip's on safely. Next we're going to put a drop of Loctite on your bolt. You just need to use blue Loctite on this, just so you don't, just a tiny bit so it doesn't get on the pivot either. And then we screw that back in from behind. It's a bit hard to show you what I'm doing here, but it's literally doing what I did before, just reversing, just screwing that bolt back in. We wind it all the way up and then just tighten it up with your 6mm Allen key again. Now, the important thing is, once you've got it tightened up, is just to work it a few times to make sure that the pedal's returning properly on the spring. There's no stickiness, and just check the function of the rear brake and the travel to make sure it suits you properly. If you find it's too close or too far away, you simply adjust this bolt and thread here, the distance where it goes into the master cylinder, and the longer you make it, the further up the pedal comes to its stop position, and the shorter you make it, vice versa. Obviously it takes the pedal further away from you. But as anything, when you're working on your brakes, be very carefully when you first ride the bike that you're familiar how it works and that it's working properly, but most importantly that there's a good spring back, it's returning. So this side is even easier than the other side. Basically all we do with a couple of 10mm spanners is undo this linkage from the original gear lever. And then simply, again using a 6mm Allen key, simply undo the stop bolt and remove the lever. Again, it's important to check that this is a good fit on the shaft and pivots nice and freely. And you're happy with the fit, just put a dab of grease on the shaft, just universal grease. Pop the lever on. Again, pop some blue Loctite. Again, just a tiny little dab. Refit your bolt. Now I've fitted the lever to the end because I've got fairly big feet, but try it when you've installed it for reach, and if you find that it's a little bit far of reach for you, there is another hole that you can mount the toe peg in. Just a little bit awkward to get in here for the exhaust pipe. Right, so we just pop the pivot bolt back on. Now if you find you need to adjust this once you've got it on, you simply loosen the 10mm check nut at either end of this rod, these little check nuts here, and once you've undone the check nut, there's actually a couple of little flats on the rod that you can use a spanner on to turn it. One end is left hand thread and one end's right hand thread, and it'll make the rod shorter or longer for wherever you want it. Just check the action springs back, there's no tightness in it, and that's basically it. Like I say, apart from riding the bike and finding a case you need to adjust it, you just adjust it on that bottom one there, or if you need to adjust where this end is. We made a knurled end because we think it matches it, but some people don't like metal ends, and we do make an optional rubber tipped end for it as well. And that's about it. So I'll give you a good look now all the way around from all angles what the silver levers look like. So here we are with the black ones fitted, which are a lot more subtle. They blend in a lot more. Personally, I prefer the silver ones because I think the contrast a bit better and they go with the other silver parts on the bike. But you know, everybody's different, everybody's their own taste. So thanks for watching again. These are available now on our website. Like I said, mentioned, the new exhaust system will be available sort of late autumn, I think. We do have several new parts, other new parts, which we're not announcing just yet, on the Super Meteor and on the 350 Royal Enfield range. We're also making quite a few more new parts for the for the BSA Gold Star and for several different Triumph models. They're all under test at the moment, getting ready for production, and we'll have a lot of stuff coming out in the autumn. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope you like these. Now, people might think this is quite a bit more expensive than the brake lever on the Interceptor that we make in this style. But the piece of billet that we have to make this out of is far, far bigger than the piece of billet that we have to make the Interceptor one out of, just because of the shape of it and the size of it. It's a very big lever, and the material costs are more than double on it. So that's the reason why, plus prices have gone up a little bit as well, so that's why this lever is a bit more expensive. The gear lever is just a little bit more expensive, but this is quite a bit more expensive than the Interceptor one. But I hope you agree that it does smarten the bike up, and it has raised it a little bit, even though it was quite a high standard. I did feel the brake and gear levers let it down quite a bit. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.